What's up fam, Narghul here, back with another WoW video. I've been thinking for a long time if I should make this video and what's up with WoW in 2025, how advisable it is to play for new players who want to try it for the first time, what it is like for players who want to come back, and what's the situation for people who are still playing it. In the end I was like, fuck it man, why not? I'll make one video. Before we start, I'd like to say something, and most of you will agree. I just know it. I drink and I know things. Alright, so Blizzard made this game right. Only once. The first time they made it. Fact. Let's continue. Believe it or not, World of Warcraft is a 21-year-old game that still lives. Unfortunately, not as successful like in its prime days, but the game still lives. Blizzard made something amazing. They made literally the best MMORPG ever. Every MMORPG before and after that came out failed to get even close to World of Warcraft, and many MMORPGs copy-pasted WoW. Of course, World of Warcraft had peaks depending on the expansions, like every other game, you know, whether the players liked it or not, but it's important to know that the players have always been there, in the millions. Over the years, the World of Warcraft has built up so much that it is very complicated and confusing for new players to figure out which part of the content is related to what belongs to the new and what belongs to the old content. I've seen players coming back after a few years asking if they have to do previous content expansions to start new content. And I've seen players coming back after many years telling me they feel like they are playing a completely different game, which is something I understand 100%. Right now, we can't just tie ourselves to one World of Warcraft. When I say that, I mean the modern World of Warcraft, let's say, where we have new updates, new expansions, new things every few months, etc, etc. Then we have World of Warcraft Classic from 3 parts at the moment. For those who don't know, World of Warcraft Classic is actually the first part of World of Warcraft where Blizzard made it possible to play that old high-end game. That is, the old content in progress. While on modern expansions, the same content I'm talking about is outdated. Of course, in this video I will also mention the private scene of World of Warcraft. I know that many in the Warcraft community don't agree with this term, but I don't like to separate those two things, because I play on private servers myself. And the best private servers I have played on are Turtle WoW, Nostalrius, Elysium, and I'm not even sure if I can say Warman, but I'll put it over there. I mean, fuck it. They're trying to do something. However, there is an increasing number of people who, due to the circumstances of the game's progress, that is modern and lack of time, have left the original World of Warcraft and started playing on private scene. The MMORPG genre experienced a great expansion in the early 2000s when big names in the world of video games began to arrive. One of them was World of Warcraft, which, as I said before, is considered to be the most played game in the genre. We don't have an insight into these statistics at the moment, but we can conclude that from the life of the game. The standard game, when it came out back in 2004 and until today, the last expansion, the game itself has undergone a real evolution, and so much has changed that it is very difficult to keep up even for those who play it regularly. Since today's video is dedicated to playing World of Warcraft in 2025, I questioned whether is it worth playing and is it profitable and how much the game can provide you today by its current standards. I'm going to start with new players who have heard of World of Warcraft and would like to start playing the game somewhere. Is this perfect time for them, or should they still bypass the game? I'll put it this way. If this game caught your attention, if you like the MMORPG genre, if you like fantasy universe, and if you are a social creature who loves society, it means that the game may be worth to try. The whole game is based on developing your character through level up and gameplay, where you later focus on raids and dungeons to collect the best items, but that's just one part of the game. There are frequent questions about where to play World of Warcraft. If you look at the current segment, what the Blizzard company offers us, which are vanilla classic servers, the first Warcraft that came out, the current classic Cataclysm expansion, and at the moment the current actual The War Within expansion, which is made of 3 expansions if I'm not mistaken. And then we have Classic Fresh, which was released, I don't know, is it like 2 or 3 months, something like that, yeah. If you're asking the question of the original of this game, of course, I'll tell you the key things first. If you are someone who is still studying, going to school, and has a lot of free time, for example, I don't know, 5 to 7 hours a day to play, I would highly recommend Cataclysm Classic, because it's the perfect balance of difficulty to play. In terms of difficulty of playing, in the sense that things are not too slow and not too fast either, when the process of character development in the end is about how long it will take you to get to the last level, and then dungeons, raids, etc, etc. Cataclysm Classic also provides you with the modern possibilities of World of Warcraft that even the latest expansion uses, which is The War Within. I wouldn't recommend classic vanilla Warcraft to new players because the game is slow, especially for people who have never played this genre. So it's serious tip to bypass this part of Warcraft. Plus you need a lot of time for vanilla classic. And now players who have about 15 hours a week, it is best to go to the latest expansion that follows all modern standards of gaming. The whole process of character development is very fast, and you will have no problem adapting absolutely anywhere, whether you are playing solo or in group. No problem. Everything is so balanced. Now, players who would like to come back after a long break, I think it's the perfect time for you to jump into new adventures. I'll give you more reasons for that. You see, I am not going to talk about classic here, because all players are familiar enough with all aspects of the game that Classic provides. The current expansion of the War Within is solid, not good and not bad either. In all fields, PvP, PvE and solo play. PvE is good, we got new dungeons for Mythic Plus with additional old dungeons that also belong to Mythic Plus progress. PvP is a lot easier and you won't have a problem picking up gear quickly. And in terms of solo content, a much larger open world of raids and dungeons to farm and explore, that you can be James Bond or Batman and explore everything you haven't done before. You're even closer and easier for the dungeon of previous expansions that you haven't been able to experience before. Simply put, the game is casual friendly, and let me tell you right away, dry grinding like it used to be, for example, Classic, Vanilla WoW, to farm for hours and hours, days and days, that doesn't exist anymore. The only grind on you is to do dungeons, raids and PvP instances. That's all. Everything else you can absolutely ignore. Doesn't this sound too good? If this is too casual for you, you want your hardcore Classic servers full and you'll have a ton of things to do. Let me tell you one thing. If the situation was so bad, Blizzard wouldn't exist. So I think that they somewhere, but listen to what I'm saying. To some extent, they still know what they are doing. I told you that I would also mention the private scene of World of Warcraft because I left Blizzard a long time ago. We got a ton of new private servers that cover different expansions. We have a really wide selection to play, but I won't name them all because this video is going to be too long. I'm currently playing on Turtle WoW, which you can try, which you have to try. I made a video about this server. You can check it out on top right side of the screen. And in my opinion, Turtle WoW is the best private server over there. It's something you have to try, and you can find me over there. Other than that, I don't know. We have a Warman, we have a White Man, and all that kind of stuff. But Turtle WoW, when it comes to creativity, when it comes to custom dungeons, when it comes to Vanilla Plus, this is the best server, the best private server in the world. So, is it worth playing World of Warcraft in 2025? Yes, absolutely. But before you start playing, choose carefully where do you want to play. Do you want to play Classic? Do you want to play Classic Cataclysm? Do you want to play The War Within? Or do you want to jump on private servers and find your own way over there? This subject, when it comes to is it worth playing WoW in 2020, it's a bit complex, So, for example, we have a guy that can play 70 hours per week, and we have a guy that can play 10 or 15 hours per week. You know what I mean? We are not the same over here. People are not the same. People have families, people have a job, and all that kind of things, you know. So like I mentioned, if you are a new player, I will suggest The War Within. If you are already, if you have some knowledge, about the game, I will suggest Cataclysm Classic. And if you really want, in my opinion, like I mentioned that Blizzard made this game right once, the first time they made it, good old classic World of Warcraft. Then if you have free time, if you have more free time, then classic WoW is for you. We have classic era, we have a classic fresh that was released like 2 or 3 months ago. We have hardcore servers, so if you are a hardcore junkie, honestly I never understood why would someone level up a character to level 40, 50, 56, 7, 8, 9, level 60 and then die, you know. That's just dumb. But these people are adrenaline junkies, you know what I mean. And that's something I get now. So there's an option for that too. If you are an adrenaline junkie, by all means, step into hardcore era. What I'm trying to say over here is that there is bit of everything for everyone. There's everything for everyone, you know, for casuals, for professionals, for middle people, for people who came back after a long break, etc., etc. So I will answer the question once again: is World of Warcraft worth playing in 2025? Yes. But like I said, just Google and get as much, how can I say, as many informations as you can before you choose your expansion. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to make a mistake. You don't want to make a mistake, and you don't want to play an expansion which you will end up hating. You know what I mean. So yeah, that will be pretty much for this video. Thanks for stopping by, and cheers, cheers, cheers. I'll see you some other time. Take care, boys.